Yeah. Mic check. All right. Hi, I'm Josh Allen, Director of Marketing at Location3.
And I'm Alex Porter, President of Location3.
And this is our first episode of the new video podcast, Digital Shoptalk. We wanted to bring this to you every other week to provide you guys with some updated news and information about what's happening in our world of digital marketing, as well as provide you some tips and tricks that you can take back to your own office or agency to help optimize your digital marketing efforts. We're also going to give you some insight and info on some cool campaigns or programs that we think are pretty cutting edge in the world of digital marketing. And so as part of our first episode, we just want to let you know that week to week you can tweet at us at Location3. You can hit us up on the hashtag Digital Shop Talk, or you can follow us at location3.com. To really kick off this first episode, as part of our newsroom and news update, we wanted to talk about one of the newest features that Google's testing out.
Yeah, so recently Google released a chat button in the organic search results that appears in the right of the local knowledge panel. So this, when someone would click on it, would open a live Google Hangout with that business. Now, obviously, there has to be some technical assets included in your listing for a Google Hangout to appear. But we're also concerned about some potential issues of someone clicking on a live Google Hangout, perhaps during lunchtime or when after hours when no one is around. So there's some issues and bugs to work out. And we also, with the caveat, want to say that we have no idea if it improves ranking. But with anything that Google releases, we always are investigating some practical uses for it and how we can incorporate it in our marketing campaigns. So one of our big areas of interest here at Location3 is local. Location3, just as a little insider info, actually means location, location, location. And that was brought to life about 15 years ago, and it's even more true today than it ever has been on the internet. And one of the things that we keep a really close eye on is Google My Business and local listings. And right now there's been a little bit of an issue with the Google My Business. They've done some upgrades and transfers, and we're seeing some errors pop up, which can cause a lot of issues with your local information.
Right. I mean, anytime anyone's had the issue before where you're looking for something on Google Maps, for example, right? You're trying to find a piece of pizza, you pull up a listing, you call the place, and it's Enrique's Tacos, for example. Not exactly what you're looking for. Well, in some instances, what happens is that the phone number for that listing, or let's say the address for that listing, is incorrect. So if you're a small business owner or a franchise owner, for example, you can go in and suggest these edits to Google. Really all you need to make this edit is to be able to verify, let's say, the correct phone number that you can, or that you're currently displaying on your website. You can also find this phone number in a directory, YP, any number of places, but as long as you can verify that, Google's going to accept that edit. You should typically receive an accept or denied email, whether or not that edit has been approved by Google. But again, the edit, the comments section will allow you to really state the reason for the edit and allow you to verify that third-party information to make sure that Google approves it, verifies it, and then we can all get pizza and not tacos.
But unless you like tacos.
I love tacos.
Now, this is obviously a huge issue for a small business. If your phone number is wrong, it can severely impact your business. But it's also a huge issue for businesses that have thousands and thousands of locations. And we're seeing some issues with Google My Business right now. So this is definitely something that you want to investigate as soon as you can. Tacos.
All right, so in this last section, we're actually going to talk about some cool campaigns. They could be digital, they may be a little bit different, but again, it's called the Upvote. We just highlight some cool stuff that we want to pass along that we think is really innovative in advertising, in marketing. The most recent one coming out of South Korea from Dunkin' Donuts. It's a couple years old, but still cool nonetheless.
Yeah, and just before we get into that, I did want to make a note that this is like very early on in spring. And to show that transition, Josh is wearing his winter flannel. I'm wearing my spring flannel today. So that's just there's a fashion tip for you as well. So Dunkin' Donuts was not selling coffee in South Korea. So this is, again, a couple years ago, but they installed actual air fresheners inside of buses that every time the Dunkin' Donuts jingle would play in the bus, they would spray coffee aroma into the buses. And then bus shelters along the route also had print ads with the nearest locations. The result of this was actually a 16% increase in in-store visits and a 29% increase in coffee sales to those coffee stores, to those Dunkin' Donuts locations, which is very impressive results. It's a little bit on the creepy side in terms of the smell-o-vision, or in this case, smell-o-radio.
Sounds about right.
But today, what we would also highly recommend is we have the ability to geo-fence around those bus stops to have a mobile display. I mean, when someone's sitting at a bus stop, what are they probably doing? They're probably looking like this. And we could have a mobile display as well layered on top of that with directions, perhaps a coupon, share with a friend, those sorts of things. But it's a very innovative approach. The results were fantastic. We would obviously want to layer a digital component on it. But again, it's really about how can you target these folks locally and drive them to do an action. So good job, Dunkin' Donuts.
Eventually, we'll figure out how to spray coffee aroma out of your phone. So that's it for this week's edition of Digital Shop Talk. We hope you guys check in with us every week. Send us your questions. Hit us up.
Every other week.
Every other week.
Bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly.
Or twice a month.
For now. But either way, hit us up. Hashtag Digital Shop Talk. If you want to tweet at us at Location3, you're welcome to do so as well. Send us questions, send us thoughts, send us feedback. You can follow Alex Porter if you want to get nothing but Baltimore Ravens updates at Porter32. But
right now it's mostly Terps updates.
Mostly Terps. Well,
yep. And then Orioles will be coming around the corner.
Go Red Sox. But anyway, that's it this week.
Thanks all. We're very excited. And we're going to have a vote in the next 2 weeks about whether or not we should keep our beards. So look for that.